The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric's shocking discovery, Donna's betrayal, and Ridge's dark secret in one of the most scandalous and jaw-dropping turns in The Bold and the Beautiful. Eric Forrester's world is rocked to its core as he uncovers a betrayal so deep it threatens to unravel his entire family. Donna Logan, his wife, who has stood by his side through thick and thin, has been hiding a dark secret, an affair with none other than Ridge Forrester, Eric's own son. The emotional and moral implications of this affair are profound, but the fallout is even more catastrophic. As Eric discovers the shocking truth, he is forced to face not just the betrayal of his wife, but a web of lies, manipulation, and deceit that reaches far beyond the affair itself. This revelation sets in motion a chain of events that will change the Forrester family dynamics forever, with secrets buried deep in the shadows coming to light in ways no one could have predicted. At the heart of the drama is Eric's struggle with a medical condition that, while known to fans of the show, takes on a much darker significance in this storyline. Eric has long been grappling with erectile dysfunction, a condition that has strained his relationship with Donna, who has been more than patient with him over the years. However, the tension caused by Eric's health issues has been quietly simmering in the background. And Donna, who had always been a loving wife, found herself in a position where temptation crept in. She sought solace elsewhere. Not in the arms of a stranger, but in the arms of Ridge, her husband's own son. The affair was meant to be a way to feel desired again, to reclaim the intimacy she felt was lacking in her marriage. But what it ended up costing her, her integrity, her relationship, and her future, would be far greater than she ever anticipated. As the affair continues, the cracks in Donna's marriage to Eric grow wider. Her guilt and shame begin to eat away at her, but she cannot stop herself from continuing the forbidden relationship with Ridge. The affair is kept secret from everyone, even as Ridge struggles with his own moral compass. He is torn between his loyalty to his father and his undeniable attraction to Donna. But over time, his feelings for her become increasingly complicated. While Ridge had always been the golden boy of the Forrester family, this dark and forbidden relationship drags him into a moral abyss, one that he cannot escape, no matter how hard he tries. The situation reaches a breaking point when Eric, becoming more and more suspicious of the growing distance between him and Donna, confronts her in a heated confrontation. He accuses her of being unfaithful, questioning the foundation of their marriage and demanding the truth. Donna, caught off guard and overwhelmed with guilt, is forced to admit what she has been hiding for so long. Eric's heart shatters as the truth is revealed. Donna has been having an affair with Ridge. For Eric, this is the ultimate betrayal, and his shock is compounded by the realization that the affair has been going on for some time. Without his knowledge, the impact on Eric is devastating. Not only has he lost the love and trust of his wife, but he also faces the painful reality that his own son has been the one to betray him. Ridge, once the golden child of the Forrester family, is now tainted by the affair. His reputation, his position in the company, and his relationship with his father hang in the balance as the truth threatens to tear the Forrester family apart. Eric, consumed with anger and betrayal, contemplates divorce, knowing that the emotional and financial ramifications of this revelation will have a lasting impact on his legacy and his family's future. However, the drama takes an even darker turn when Donna, desperate to protect herself from the consequences of her actions, makes a fateful decision, fearful that Eric will divorce her and take away the wealth and security she has enjoyed as his wife. Donna takes matters into her own hands. In a twisted act of desperation, she secretly laces Eric's medication with a lethal dose, hoping to make it appear as though his health condition has taken a fatal turn. Eric's life is put in jeopardy, and his family is thrown into chaos as they are left wondering what truly happened. Was it a natural progression of his medical issues, or was it something more sinister? As Eric's health declines, the Forrester family is forced to face the horrifying possibility that Donna has intentionally caused harm to Eric, all in the name of protecting herself and her future. Ridge, who knows the truth about Donna's actions, finds himself in an agonizing position. As someone who has long been close to his father, Ridge is torn between his loyalty to Eric and his complicity in the affair. Despite his deep sense of guilt, Ridge chooses to protect Donna, keeping her secret hidden from everyone, including his own family. His decision to cover for Donna comes at a great cost. Ridge must live with the knowledge of what she has done, knowing that the longer he keeps the secret, the deeper the moral hole he digs himself into. He is not just complicit in the affair, but now he is part of a much darker secret that could destroy his father's life and legacy. Ridge's internal struggle becomes palpable as he grapples with his conscience, torn between his family ties and the woman he has been so deeply involved with. The consequences of this affair, and Donna's desperate actions ripple throughout the Forrester family. As Eric's health deteriorates, suspicions rise, and family members begin to question what really happened. Ridge's guilt begins to eat away at him, and he faces the inevitable consequences of his actions. Both professionally and personally, his relationship with his father is irreparably damaged, and his reputation within the company is at risk. The Forrester legacy, which he has spent years building, now seems in jeopardy. As the truth threatens to come out, Ridge is left with no easy choices. He can either continue protecting Donna, risking everything, or he can confess the truth and face the inevitable fallout. For Donna, the affair and her role in Eric's decline have come at a great cost. She has lost everything she once held dear: her marriage, her position within the Forrester family, and the security she so desperately sought to protect. As the reality of her actions sets in, Donna is left to contemplate the choices she made, knowing that they have permanently altered the course of her life. Her relationship with Ridge, once filled with passion and excitement, has now become a ticking time bomb, as both of them must live with the weight of their secret and the consequences of their actions. The coming weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful promise even more dramatic twists and turns as Eric's condition worsens and the truth about the affair and the murder attempt threatens to come to light. Ridge will have to confront his role in the betrayal and decide whether to confess or continue protecting Donna. Donna, on the other hand, faces a future filled with uncertainty and fear, knowing that her actions could destroy her life as she knows it. And Eric, whose world has been shattered by the one person he trusted the most, must now navigate the aftermath of betrayal, deception, and the collapse of his family. As the drama unfolds, the Forrester family will be tested like never before, and the repercussions of this affair will echo throughout the entire Forrester empire. Secrets will be exposed, alliances will be broken, and no one will emerge unscathed. In the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, love, betrayal, and power are always intertwined, and this latest scandal will prove that even the most seemingly unbreakable families can be torn apart by the most devastating of secrets. The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric's shocking will, Donna's desperation, and Ridge's sinister secret. The Bold and the Beautiful has never shied away from scandal, but the latest developments are pushing the boundaries of what viewers expect from the drama-filled Forrester family. In a plotline that is sure to leave fans reeling, Eric Forrester's suspicions about his wife, Donna Logan, led him to take drastic actions that will have profound and far-reaching consequences. As Eric secretly changes his will in a desperate attempt to protect his legacy and family business from his son Ridge, he sets off a chain of events that will shatter the Forrester empire and put everyone's futures on the line. When Eric confronts Donna about her betrayal, her panic leads her down a dark and dangerous path. But nothing could prepare anyone for the tragic turn of events that occurs shortly after. And the fallout promises to be even more devastating. The stage is set for a legal battle that will challenge the Forrester family's strength and loyalty like never before. It all starts with Eric's growing suspicions of Donna's behavior. For some time, he had sensed something was off. The closeness between Donna and Ridge, once innocent, had grown increasingly suspicious, and Eric couldn't shake the feeling that his wife was hiding something from him. His medical condition, which had already strained their relationship, made him feel vulnerable, both physically and emotionally. Yet, what was even harder to bear was the thought that Donna might seek intimacy and affection elsewhere. Eric's worries were not unfounded. He had been aware for some time that his erectile dysfunction had created distance between him and Donna, but nothing prepared him for the revelation that she had been having an affair with Ridge, his own son. Faced with this crushing betrayal, Eric made a decision that no one could have foreseen. He knew he had to act to protect his legacy, his company, and his family from the repercussions of Donna's actions. In secret, Eric revised his will, changing the distribution of Forrester Creations shares. He decided to leave the majority of the company to R.J. Forrester, his younger son, as a way to block Ridge out and protect the family's future from his dangerous influence. The move was a calculated one. Eric believed that Ridge's betrayal of his trust was too great to allow him to retain control of the family business. This decision was meant to safeguard his legacy, but it also set the stage for a devastating showdown that no one could have predicted. The following night, Eric confronted Donna about the affair. The confrontation was heated, and Donna, overwhelmed with guilt and fear, panicked. She had everything to lose: her marriage, her place within the Forrester family, and the security of the wealth she had come to enjoy. The thought of losing it all sent her into a frenzy. She tried to justify her actions, but Eric's accusations were clear, and the damage had already been done. The emotional weight of the moment crushed Donna, and as Eric's suspicions grew stronger, it became clear that he had uncovered the truth. In a final act of desperation, Donna realized that she was cornered, and she feared the wrath that would come with Eric's inevitable decision to divorce her. She had to protect herself and the financial security she had worked so hard to maintain. But as her mind raced, the unthinkable happened. The following morning, Eric was found collapsed in his office. His sudden and unexpected collapse sent shockwaves through the Forrester family. While it appeared to be another health scare, something felt off. Ridge, always the first to show up in a crisis, arrived at the scene before anyone else. He found his father unconscious, but there was something suspicious about the situation. Among the items scattered in Eric's office, Ridge noticed a vial of pills in the trash. Realizing the potential implications of what he had just discovered, Ridge acted quickly. He quietly disposed of the vial, making sure no one would see the evidence of what could be perceived as foul play. Ridge knew that Eric's sudden health crisis could be linked to his altered will, and the timing of it all was too coincidental to ignore. But Ridge's decision to cover up the evidence would soon lead to even bigger consequences. As the Forrester family's darkest secrets began to unravel, the sudden collapse of Eric, combined with the disappearance of his new will, set the stage for a legal and emotional battle that no one could have predicted. The Forrester family, already reeling from the shock of Eric's condition and the affair between Donna and Ridge, found themselves thrust into an intense and high-stakes game of intrigue, power, and deception. Eric's will, which had been secretly changed to secure RJ's control over the company, seemed to have vanished without a trace. No one could explain how it had disappeared or where it had gone. As the family gathered to mourn Eric's health crisis, the first signs of a battle for control over Forrester Creations began to emerge. Brooke, Steffi, and Hope, all of whom had a vested interest in the future of the family business, immediately became suspicious of the disappearance of Eric's will. With the family in chaos, the search for the missing document became urgent. The Forrester women, each with their own agendas and interests, began their own investigation into what had happened to the will. They questioned everyone, including Donna, who was visibly nervous about the situation. But Donna, too, was hiding something: her affair with Ridge, her role in Eric's downfall, and the terrible secret she had been trying to bury for so long. As the investigation deepened, the Forrester women were left to piece together the puzzle of Eric's will and the truth behind his sudden collapse. However, they faced a new complication. Eric's personal lawyer, the only person who could confirm the legitimacy of the revised will, had also gone missing. The mysterious disappearance of the lawyer raised further suspicions about the intentions of those involved. The Forrester family, once united, was now divided. Ridge's role in the affair with Donna and the potential cover-up of his father's medical crisis put him in the spotlight. His actions were under intense scrutiny, and the trust he had once commanded within the family was rapidly eroding. Meanwhile, Donna, too, was on the defensive, trying to explain her actions while simultaneously hiding the truth about her role in the chaos. The family found themselves at odds, with each member questioning the loyalty of the others, and no one willing to admit the full extent of their involvement in the scandal. As the legal battle over Eric's estate loomed large, the Forrester family was forced to confront not just the betrayal at the heart of their empire, but the lies and secrets that had been kept for far too long. Each revelation sent shockwaves through the family, further driving wedges between them and threatening to tear the Forrester legacy apart. The disappearance of Eric's new will was just the beginning, and as the family fought to uncover the truth, it became clear that the battle for control over Forrester Creations would be more ruthless and destructive than anyone had anticipated. As the drama unfolds, fans are left wondering, will Eric recover and expose the truth about what happened? Will Ridge and Donna's affair be exposed for good? And most importantly, who will ultimately control Forrester Creations? The family or the secrets they've been trying to hide? The stakes have never been higher. And in true The Bold and the Beautiful fashion, the road ahead is filled with betrayal, deception, and a fierce battle for power that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats.